Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. In this story, I see a good father. A father that managed to raise 3 children for 10 years. And I sort of feel like while there are several stories where the fathers were horrible or the men abandoned, this man stood by the children until we hear contrary. You know, there are cases when a woman would abandon the children and the man said will carry the children and go and dump in the parents' house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or even dump in the in-laws' house. If your wife can, if my wife cannot take care of the children, you will take care of the children for. And we've seen some people do horrible things. So when we see a story that from every part of the story, it looks like this man tried, he endured, he fed these children, he hustled, and now they are almost adults. They are easier to manage. You now want to show up. I can empathize with the man, and so that's my own point of view. But Nyma, as a lawyer,
but we can open up the conversation and look at different contexts.
Let's go beyond this man.
Yes,
because
we've analyzed this man.
This man claims.
Yes, this man.
The sister she went to see in Abuja did not betray her. Father, mother didn't betray her.
Exactly.
Siblings didn't betray her.
So you're saying there might be something fishy.
Was she your girlfriend from the street or you Chotoro Shobebefe? And nobody.
Speak English.
No, I mean that if you marry her.
If you married her properly and then nobody in the family was willing to protect,
you know, too many holes I can dig in this story. And from experience, I have seen men who know how to tell their story. I've seen women too, telling their story as if, no, I'm made of glass. I'm an angel. I can make no mistakes.
Okay.
You know, I do no evil. And then you find out you're faced with the matter and you're shocked at what you see. You know, when the other person gets to tell their own side of story, it will break you. So I don't want to, I'm not on this man's side. I'm just going to conclude the way we used to conclude all the things. No matter how beautiful the woman's side is, how beautiful the man will say, okay, well, at this point, let's focus on the children. And just as Hassan said, I am not an abroad person. I don't believe if the abroad is, it take her 10 years now. You know, if abroad is now, she reached there, she pick the money on the ground. You know, but she worked to get a green grass. It took her 10 years. Some people even more, some people less. So that's not the final thing. But the thing is, she felt she left something important. She's come back for them. Let's focus on the children. Uncle.
Yeah, but somebody was taking care of those important things.
Somebody have to now. If it was the other, you see somebody now.
Well, at least what I can see,
like I said,
what I can see is, let me add something. But what I can see is ego. The woman has ego, he has ego. Because I'll look forward to how I can resolve this thing if I demand, because she left. I'll pack this kid, just like you mentioned. First of all, no way. First of all, see, that means there's something wrong with the relationship between him and her people. Because for her to leave that kind of a thing, I'll pack the children and go and keep with the parents. With her parents. Yes, I'll go and leave them. I'll say, okay,
that's the thing. I have seen the point. That option wasn't open to him.
That means there was something wrong.
That option, something is wrong.
Yes, that's
There's something in the beginning of this marriage in question here that we're having. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, and the doctors were like, you have to stay in the hospital. And I didn't want to stay the first time before I lost that baby. So I was like, I'm not going to stay because I have a young toddler to take care of. We had the arguments back and forth. My mom called my husband. She came and said, where is my daughter? Because they didn't know I was in hospital. I said, where is my daughter? And said, the doctors are saying she has to stay in hospital. I think she should stay. My wife will stay in hospital. My mom said, okay, too. I give you one. I will take one.
That's your child, your toddler.
Yes. And my mom says, I give you Nyma. She's in hospital and your baby is there and you want to stay. Give me the other one so that I will not be looking for both and wondering what is happening. My daughter stayed with my parents. I'm saying that what kind of relationship existed before that nobody even betrayed and said, where are you going without your husband's permission? Something is wrong.
Some people don't have that kind
the
of
dynamics of marriage is not something you can easily just come into and say, one person told you one straight story. You can't.
Okay.
So the children to forgive.
But you know the truth is,
she should apologize to her kids.
If this story came from a woman, let me tell you, if the woman came out to tell us a story, this exact story, my husband said he was going to Abuja and left for 10 years, and then he's showing up to come and collect the children. Our emotions will be different.
No, not be me and you.
No,
you always conclude it on let the children.
Yes.
Let the interest of the children prevail.
So that's what I'm saying, that we will all defend the woman.
Simply.
Castigate the man.
Yes.
But here a man is saying the story and we are looking for all the context.
No.
All the scenarios to protect the woman's thoughts.
And wait, we are trying to do balance here and we are pretending as if we don't know what our culture and society does to women.
Okay. Can we go back to...
So, no. So I hear you, Nyma, about patriarchy and what the usual stories can be. But because of that, there are individual stories that get misjudged just because of that general perception. And that is why sometimes it's good to just, when you get a story, for that moment, deal with the story as you have gotten it. I'll keep saying here, we had a lady call us on this show, describing her husband as one of the meanest men in the world. He took her child, how she has suffered. If you hear that story, your heart will be broken. Finally, the man reached out to us. The only reason this man had not opened his mouth to speak up, he said he's protecting his children. He was dealing with a terrible woman, a woman who didn't even show up as a mother. But he was a decent man. He was willing to take her abuse and her public call out and shame because he was protecting those children. So for me, that has made me humble in so many cases, where sometimes something is unlikely, but it's true. And for that reason, for this particular story, given this context, I'm taking the stand I'm taking.
All right, let me take John. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is John from Abuja.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. The topic you ladies brought this morning is very, very funny and very serious. But the truth about the topic is, you see, a lot of men go through a lot, but majority of them don't speak out.
Talk about it.
I've been in a marriage for over a decade, going to a decade and a half now, and I've been going through a lot of hell too, because my wife believes traveling abroad is the best for the family. I know that I don't see myself being there, because I've tried it twice before and it duped me, so I don't want to invest in it anymore. But because she believes in that, because all her siblings are there, she has just been misbehaving since then. You can imagine, a woman is accusing you of infidelity and she hardly put her body down for 20 times in a year. And when you keep on talking, everybody will feel as if the man is mean. I don't know the real picture in that story, but the truth is, when we did it, both parties have their fault. Understand? So the lady that seeks better life in abroad and comes back after a decade and believes she can claim the children, she will have her own part to tell too. So I think...
Did you hear that?
Thank you so much, Mr. John.
I think the family court
going through a lot too, and we don't create an environment that listens to them as much. But I want us to go and deal with the context of how the law seems to favor one gender above the other when it comes to claiming children.
That happens.
Which law?
Which gender?
I'm saying here.
Yeah, the law doesn't favor. The law looks at the interests of the children.
Culture is our issue.
Culture is our issue.
So culture is our issue. The law looks at economic,
who can best take care of the child.
Yes, financial provision, well-being of the children, as opposed to needs. The family court, the magistrate usually descends into the arena. The lawyers are not even at some point allowed to talk.
Let me take this
call. So
call.
It's usually couples.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hello. You're live. Welcome to the show. Good morning. You're listening to the TV. Don't listen to the TV, Mr. Williams. Just listen to me. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, you are live right now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is William. I'm calling from Okota.
Okay.
I'm the first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I want to contribute to this discussion.
Go ahead.
It's a very serious matter.
I was also involved in this kind of situation. I left my family for 24 years.
For?
24 years.
24 years.
Okay.
24 years. And I came back begging. Apologized. And then my wife accepted me back. When I look at this scenario, I can see that the woman is not doing what is right. Supposed to at least come and apologize and give reasons for what happened to her. Without explaining herself, there's nothing to talk about. Absolutely nothing to talk about. Supposed to apologize is what happened.
Did you apologize to your wife when you came back?
She said she forgave you.
And then we'll go ahead and forgive you. And then now discuss about the issue of the children.
24 years.
The relationship myself was very sexual before thinking about the children. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so let me add. Okay, so let me add this, Ba. Culturally, like where I come from, the children belong to the man. No matter the age, they belong to the man.
Only, so when in our custom.
Exactly. Okay, custom is not only our culture, right? Okay, so the children belong to the man. That's why when you see that when a man divorces a woman, if he divorces a woman and she leaves, she can't live with her children. The children will be in the house there. So you can see maybe you see a man with 2, 3, 4 wives. The other wives will start taking care of those children. This is no matter how young the child is. Once there's divorce and you are living without your children, so the children only belong to the man. That's for some culture. So I just say let me add that.
Yeah, and for me it's a concern because we've also had situations where other women that come into the lives of the man are unable to properly, effectively take care of that child. So another thing we did not ask in this our story is if the man remarried in that context. I don't think he did.
He said he didn't.
He didn't remarry, and that's
a saint.
It's very, very. I've seen when I meet someone, I'm like, you have 4 children. He said I met someone that he said he had 4 children and he lost his wife when the kids were really small, and he didn't remarry. Like he just focused on raising his children. That's not a normal conversation here, because in Nigerian context, if a woman leaves the house, a woman comes into the house. But they just simply.
Nyma was saying something earlier when we were talking about culture and the law. You know, especially when it comes to custody. You are right. Culturally, in Nigeria, in Africa, I think mainly the children belong to the man, and you find situations like these where. If it was the other way around, a man would abandon his family and he's allowed to come back anytime and take possession of his children.
You can't even wear them out without consulting his family.
This woman will find it harder for me in this case because even culturally she's done the unthinkable. You know, a woman is not meant to leave children.
To leave her husband's house.
Yes, and then leave your husband and then even leave children, because you know we do for an African or Nigerian woman, you're expected to do things for your children. You know, take all the sacrifices, make all the sacrifices, make everything for the children, and she did not do that. So first of all, culturally, there are a lot of people who will call her out on that. Then for the law, so we do have our courts and we go there and they give us judgments, but we know that usually when it comes to family matters like that, nothing is implemented. They'll ask spousal support, child support, all those co-parenting. They don't do anything and there's nothing you can do, you know. Instead you're just going back and forth to the court. So I just feel that, I just hope that conversations like this will help people just have a different mindset. It's important. It's not just about material things that you can give a child. You have to be able to make sure that the child has a safe place that it can stay, has stability, you know. And if one parent is able to do that, that should, for me, definitely should come before what you can offer materially or sending the person abroad.
Definitely. The obvious thing about the topic we've discussed is that whatever decision is going to be made in conclusion should be made with the interest of the children at heart. So now, if the man feels bitter about his experience with the mother, but the children are willing to give their mother a chance, my opinion is that the man should be magnanimous enough to put his children first, so that the children have a balanced life. But if the children say, no, daddy, we want to stay with you, we don't want to go and meet your mother, still let them have a conversation with their mother so that they grow up not having this warped mindset of what is wrong or what is right. At the end of the day, we don't want children that have trauma. We want children that are whole and that would require sacrifice on the parts of both parents to make it work. I also think extended families, Joe. We say don't put mouth inside marriage, but when you have children involved, protect the children. The fact that the parents of this woman said nothing or got involved in the raising of these children is a very, very red flag, and we really want to leave our audience with a wholesome view of how marriages should run and how conflict should be resolved. That's what we can take on that one. There's another one that is very interesting. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.